Hey everyone. So we are excited tonight. We're going to be talking about the compensation plan. And then we're also going to be talking about, well, before I talk about the compensation plan, I'm going to talk a little bit about what is to come on this team and two different opportunities that we have coming up to kind of help you to the next level in sharing Plexus, or if you're already sharing Plexus, to bring you up to the next level to I guess to challenge you. We are always best when we're growing and not comfortable, even though comfortability feels better. After you grow, that feels rock star, and we want you to feel rock star. So we have two opportunities coming up that we are looking at doing. We're still figuring out all the details, but number one, for those of you who aren't doing regular IPA, like what Jane talked about with the morning power hour or the evening power hour, or working on your own when we don't have power hours, that's what a lot of us do, even though we work the, if we do the power hours Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but Tuesday, Thursday, we still work our business on our own. Well, Tuesday nights, we still have a power hour too, but we still, even this weekend, I was at a basketball tournament, I was still messaging and following up with people and things like that. So it's really about getting you in regular working your business, or working on reaching out to people so that we can help you get your products paid for, so we can help you bring in a little extra cash for the holidays. That's one of the things we're talking about tonight. And just helping you see this amazing opportunity, because it is amazing. You're going to see how truly amazing it is tonight. But we're going to have two things. Number one, we're going to have a beginner's chat, which is going to be about IPA. It's going to be a small IPA. We haven't figured out the exact details, but it'd be like you'd reach out to 2 people a day, follow up with 2 people, and maybe post once on Facebook. And then there might be little challenges thrown in here or there. Okay, so that's one of the options. So if you're just starting out and you're wanting to learn how to reach out, how to do this or that, that's going to be that opportunity. If you've been with us for a while and you have people underneath you and you want to raise your lid, you want to get in full momentum, working your business, growing your business, then we have, I haven't named it yet, but Jane and I are doing a training where we are going to ask you to basically take on, whether it be leadership roles or regular. It's also going to be an IPA, but it's going to be a little bit more intense than the beginner's one. And then it's going to be, taking on some of those leadership roles, but it's all going to be focused on action and being in full action to grow your business. Because we can do, I talked with Wendy back and forth on message today, and she said, you can do all the trainings, like we can watch Zooms, we can watch YouTubes, we can read a book, and self-development is awesome, but action cures everything. Okay, so reaching out to people, things like that, that's what cures everything, is to constantly be reaching out or sharing Plexus, either verbal, face-to-face, or on Facebook, through Messenger, or however you do it, email. So that's what cures everything. It's like self-development's awesome. You should have some of it, but the biggest thing is you need to be in action, and we're going to help you get there. So those are the two choices: is a beginner's chat for people who want to kind of have that accountability. And let me tell you, the accountability is beautiful. That's what works. Accountability works in this business. And those of you who already are doing IPA pretty regularly or very regularly, we want to raise your lid, and there's an additional training for people who want to kind of be challenged more in their business and in their leadership. So watch for the details on that. Tonight, I'm going to share with you about our compensation plan. And really, this is why you want to be in action. If you're not familiar with the Plexus compensation plan, it is one of the best, it is the best compensation plan on the market with, multi-level marketing companies, network marketing. Other companies look at what we're doing and try to duplicate it because it works so well. Other leaders, Wendy talked about it on one of her chats today, that, there's obviously, like, when we get a new CFO or when we get a new director of international business, they're coming from a different multi-level marketing. And when they see how our comp plan works, they are like jaw dropped. okay? Because it does work. And Tarl's mom, right? It was Tarl's, yes, was a Tupperware consultant, and he watched her, you know, lug around all of those things, do party, work so hard, just work so hard to try and bring in extra money into the household. And he wanted to build a compensation plan that worked. And he did. This is not just for the people on top. You could change your paycheck. You can give yourself a raise every single month. And action is what does it. And so I'm going to share about this, but we also have 2 opportunities. One for beginners, one for people who are trying to get going again, and one for people who want to are ready for the challenge and want to up a notch. Okay, so let me show you how this compensation plan works and share that with you here. Okay, are you seeing it? Give me some head nods if it's working. Awesome. Praise God. Practice in class. I teach a whole class this way on Zoom, except that we have some sites and things like that. Just a second, I need to plug in the correct computer now. Okay, so I titled this, of course, we have our Learning Together series, and this is one of them. This is compensation plan, and I titled it, How Do I Earn Extra Income for the Holidays? Because you can. We do get monthly paychecks, and we will get one on December 15th that you still have control of. And you will get one, let's see, I have to remember how it exactly works, but if today is Sunday, anything you do this week, if you get ambassadors this week, those business building bonuses, you would get paid out on the 30th already. And then if you get them the week of the 26th through the 30th, you would get paid out on the 7th, right? Any ambassadors you add who get that welcome pack where you're going to get a $25 or a $50 bonus, tell me, if you got 4 new ambassadors between now and Christmas and brought in an extra $100, that would help my family with Christmas, right? I know it would help each of yours. And then let's say you brought in more than that. Okay, say you made a goal to bring in 2 ambassadors a week and you worked like your life depended on that, which it does, right? Think about that. 8 new ambassadors, $200. What could that do for you? Now that is just the business building bonuses. That's not the other things, okay? I have to stop looking at myself. I'm looking at myself over here. Do you ever do that? I'm like, I got to look at the green dot on top. So that's just that. So then also add into it any customers you get, any PV increase with those customers, that's going to give you a paycheck on the 15th of December. So is really, you could bring in an extra, I don't know, $100 to $300 or more before Christmas. This is totally doable. We have seen our ambassadors do this. Let me tell you that when, I think in July and August, when we were all working for that leaders retreat, we were bringing in customers like crazy because we had this goal in mind. And so I want you to think of this as a goal in mind of extra Christmas money, extra gifts that you can buy for somebody, extra bills that you can pay, whatever it is that you need right now. You could make a short-term, like a short-term difference between now and December with short-term work, okay? So let me show you how this works. I'm kind of talking about business building bonuses and you're like, what? Maybe you know some of it, but just to break it down. First of all, I like people to know this overall arching compensation plan income disclosure. This is the 2016 income disclosure statement. This is what is in the back office. Just to show you, and I know that it's kind of blurry, you know, the average silver ambassador is making about $3,000 a year. So breaking that down by month, is somebody a math major? You know, Think about it. $200 a month, is that it? Right. No, it's more than that. 300. Somebody take a calculator. You know what I mean. I will take a calculator. This is why I always tell my students in class when I have to count, I'm always like, this is why I teach communication and not math. We did take a statistics class, but it was on like, it was a psychology one, just knowing how to do, you know, basic ones. It didn't get fancy. Okay, so about $300 a month is what that is for a silver ambassador. Now that includes having 3 people underneath you and maybe a few customers. Typically, this is the average income. And then you can see it goes up from there. Typical average gold ambassador, and we have several gold ambassadors on our team, you know, are bringing in about $800 a month. Okay, that's average. So obviously you can have people below that, you can have people above that, and on and on and on. But you can see that this, I mean, when you think about it, that you could work from home and you can work in the nooks and crannies of your life. That's what we have done. Most of us on this team work a full-time job on top of Plexus. And so we have worked this business in the nooks and crannies of our life. But we have also said, I want this bad enough that I'm going to get in every IPA challenge that I can do, because I know that action cures everything. And I know that action puts us in momentum. But you can see that a Ruby ambassador brings in about $30,000 a year. Jane is a Ruby, okay? I am a senior Ruby. It brings in about $49,000. At my next rank of Emerald, I will surpass my teaching income, my college teaching income. And then you can see that it can go, it pretty much like quadruples from there between Emerald and Diamond. This is doable for all of you. We are not special. Okay, this does not take a college degree. It does not take a master's degree. It does not take a GED. Honestly, anyone can do this who is willing to put the work into it. It doesn't take anything special other than loving on people, reaching out to people, sharing health. That's what it takes, right? So I love this because it really does offer hope, not just for health, but for finances. And there's so many people who are suffering with finances right now in your life. I guarantee you, you have people in your life that you don't even know about that are struggling with their finances, and you have an answer to it. Okay, so that's the overall scale. And then, let's see. I'm gonna show you the compensation plan and where to find it, and kind of break down which ones play a role. So when you are in your, Jane showed you how to get into your My Virtual Office, and in the upper left-hand corner is this drop-down menu. You want to click on the My Business right here, and that will click, I'm sorry, you want to click the, is it, I think, I can't remember if the My Business is under a Train Center, is under My Business, or if it's Training Center is a separate one. But either way, you want to go to the Training Center, to the Resource Library, and then there's the Resource Library. Work with me here for a second. I'm going to jump ahead, and it's going to be upside down, so just ignore me, because I was going to skip over that because I couldn't get it fixed. But it's going to look like this, except it's going to be right side too. And there's ones called Compensation Tools under that Resource Library. And there's a full compensation plan. If you want to read all of the details of the compensation plan, how it works. And then there's one here called the Compensation Plan Summary. That's what I'm going to show you here in a little bit. And to me, this is what I bring people through all the time. I do not give them the whole one, because that's a little overwhelming in the beginning. So the compensation plan summary looks like this, except that my picture cut off something on top. That's annoying. Okay, so this first one is the ambassador, just a plain ambassador. So basically, it's just you. Then this is the senior ambassador. That means you have 2 people underneath you, and you're considered a senior ambassador. And that can be, they have to be your personally sponsored. So it's not having someone and them having someone. These have to be your personally sponsored to be a senior ambassador. Then we have the silver ambassador. This is what, when you hear us say, we want to help you get silver, this is what we mean, okay? It is, my cursor keeps on going away, having 3 personally sponsored ambassadors, which means, again, you brought them in. They're on your level 1. They are not underneath one of your ambassadors. So if you get 3 personally sponsored ambassadors in 1 month, either to buy a welcome pack or to order the 100 PV, you will officially be silver, and you will get a $100 bonus. So guess when you get that? Can I tell you when you get that? On the 15th of December. If you get 3 people, if you have 1 ambassador underneath you right now and you get 2 more ambassadors, or if you have 0 and you get 3 by the end of November, you're going to get $100 on December 15th. $100 bonus, and you're going to have bragging rights to say you're silver, and we're going to celebrate you and everything like that. So that is silver ambassador, and then it goes up from there. That if you're gold, you need 100 points, and I'm not going to go through all of these, other than they make sure that you have to keep sponsoring your own level 1s. Like, you couldn't just get like 3 people and sit there. You know, you have to keep increasing it. Now, both Jean and I have well over this, as do several of our other gold leaders. But you can just see they kind of make sure that you can't just recruit 1 person and keep breaking up. It doesn't work that way. And then these Plexus points, I'm going to talk a little bit about that, what that means. So when you get that level 1 on this, let's say for silver, you have 3 level 1s. You can see these points down here. Each level 1 is worth 5 points. So the way you read this chart, so then I'd have 15 points as a silver. And then the next goal, well, we do talk about super silver. It's not on this chart. I'd love them to put it on one, but we talk about super silver, which is halfway to gold, because it is a big, I think it's the hardest jump so far in my business. I think jumping from silver to gold was my hardest jump. And part of it is you're kind of getting your legs underneath you and trying, like, how do I be a leader? How do I inspire people to love this business and see how amazing it is? And so 50 is super silver, and really we just celebrate you. You don't get any extra bonuses or anything like that, but you get 50, and it's kind of a landmark halfway to gold. And so gold is this 100 right here. So that basically means that you have around 20 ambassadors underneath you in your levels 1 through 3 for sure. You can see once it gets to level 4, they start to be worth 4 points. So I have some levels 4s and 5s. Do I have a 6 yet? No 6 yet, right, Jane? Because you have a 4? No 5s? Okay, yep, so I have 5s. Jane has 4s. I think Andrea has some 3s. Janet has some 3s, right? So it's pretty fun to see how it works. It just works. It's all about getting 3, right? And building a business that way. So anyways, you can see how these points go up. So you can see that, you know, some of the jumps that some of us leaders are working on, we have several golds working to get to senior gold of 250, and we have a ruby working to get to 750, and then myself, I'm a senior ruby working to get to 1500 and doubling it. And it seems like that would probably be the hardest jump, but when you have duplication going on already, I think they always, a lot of even people way on the top have said that that silver to gold is one of the hardest. But if you can do that, you can do the whole thing. That's all I say. It's like, you can do that, you can do anything. You just keep going. You keep doing what you did the first time. Keep duplicating. So that's that. Let me show you the different ways that we're paid, okay? I'm not going to get into the ones at the end, but I'm going to talk about these first 7. So when I talk about commission on your customers, there's 2 different ways that you can get those. Number 1, when we talk PV, what's your PV? Your PV is what you purchase and what you sell as what your retail customers buy and what your preferred customers buy. Those 3 things, that's what your PV is, your personal volume. You will make 15% commission on anything that you buy or sell over 100 PV, up until 500. When you have bought or sold 500 or more, that commission jumps to 25%. So just as an example, if somebody had customers and their own purchase add up to 550, let's say 600 because it's easier for me to do the math. That means that jumped up to 25%. The first 100 you don't get paid on commission, but then that other 500, okay, you're going to get $125 on that. That's your purchases, retail customers, and preferred customers. The reason that preferred customers are wonderful is because not only do you get paid for that, but you also get these little business, these preferred customer bonuses every month that they order, every month. So if you have a customer who purchases a triplex combo from you, every month that they order it, you get $20 on top of that 15 to 25% commission. Or if they just order a slim from you, you get $15 every month that they order that. If they order the ProBio 5, you get $5. This adds up. If you got, we have these great new samples for the kids' vitamins. Where are the kids' vitamins on here? I'm giving an example that I don't see. Let's say it's $5. I don't see it on there. We didn't have kids' vitamins in 2000. There they are, $5. So if I got 4 new customers buying X Factor Kids Vitamins, that means I'm getting $20 a month for that. Who couldn't need $20 more every month coming in, right? So that's that, okay? Then we have retail rewards override commission. Receive override commissions on 5% of your level 1 qualified ambassador's personal volume over 100. What this means is that if Jane's PV is 1,000, which it usually is, because she's awesome, and I'm just giving my examples, okay? And Andrea's is 1,000, and Beth's is 1,000, then I'm getting 5% commission on 2,700 because their first hundreds I don't get anything on, but I'm getting 5% commission on that, okay? So that's another little chunk that you get. Then these business building bonuses I talked about already. Not only do you get a little chunk of that, the $25 and the $50, $25 if they get a $100 welcome pack, $50 if they get a $200 welcome pack. Oh wait, no, that's changing, isn't it? That's changing. It's $25 if they get a welcome pack, and if they get a double welcome pack, you get not only the business building bonus, but you also get paid on points. That's how it works now. I forgot, they just changed that this month. So, but the person above you gets a little bit too. So your sponsor actually gets like $12.50. And then their sponsor gets like $7.50, and their sponsor gets $5. And it breaks it down the percentage here under number 4. But you just get these little, and that's what you get paid for on every Friday. It's the week before. You get paid that next Friday on those. And so those are fun little things coming in. Wendy's suggestion is to save those to use for like prizes for our events, or just gifts to give to your ambassadors, or specials that you do for customers. She said she saves her business building bonuses for all of those things. And whatever's in there, that's what she gives away that month. So it's kind of a good idea, a good reinvestment into your business. The achievement bonus, like I said, like with silver, it was $100. With gold, it was $250, ruby, $500. I'm trying to remember what it all goes, but when you hit those ranks, you get achievement bonuses. Fast start achievement. If you get somebody who joins you who wants to jump right into the business, take off super fast, and you want to get them to fast start gold, they need to find 20 people to join them in 30 days. We have had people on our team do this. Okay? If you get somebody who has worked in network marketing before or in sales before, show them this, because they could do it. I think anybody could. Anybody who like really, really wants it and is going to go after it could do it, but they have to do it in the first 30 days. And that gives them basically a double achievement bonus. It doubles the achievement bonus. So pretty sweet. Plexus points. This is how we get paid for the people underneath us. So remember when I showed you that you get 5 points for every level 1 that you get, and 2 and 3, and then 4 points for level 4, and it goes down from there. Each month, depending on how Plexus does as a corporation, they assign a pay point. It's been anywhere from like $250 to, I don't know, 3 to 4, somewhere in the 3 to 4 range per point. Okay, so if it's at $2, we're going to get $10 per ambassador. That's low. I don't know if I've seen that. But if it's at $3, we're going to get $15 per ambassador underneath us. So those add up. If you have a lot of points, it adds up. It's pretty cool. So that's that. Then when you hit Emerald, they have like a special pool in the business where you actually start to get profit sharing. And then there's another one for Sapphire and another one for Diamond. And that's why those incomes on the annual income goes, you know, annual average is 100,000, and then it jumps to what, I can't remember what the next one is, but the top one's 400, and you see these huge, massive jumps. That's because they suddenly are in on profit sharing. And then people can start over and do it all over again. Start at silver, and that's diamond reentry. And so when you hear people say that they're a double diamond, that's what they've done, is they've worked their way all the way up to diamond, started all the way over again, and worked their way up to diamond again. So pretty cool. So that's that. I'm just going to show you what it looks like on a check, because I have 5 minutes left. So the way you find your check is you go again under the virtual office, under my dashboard. There's one called My Business, and you're going to Commissions Summary. And then you will see, oh, I forgot to take a picture of that. There's a list of all the months with little pluses next to them. And on this one, I clicked on the plus from August 2017 and opened it. And this is how I can see the breakdown in my check. So you can see that this is from last year. This is my retail overrides commission. So I must have been like over 500, but maybe like in the 700 areas or something like that. So I was getting probably 25% commission. I think I've always gotten 25% commission since maybe month 3 or 4 or something like that. So this one is that, the overrides commission. Wait, this is retail rewards commission. I can't see it. Your pictures are in front of it. I don't know what that says. This one is that. Okay, this one is like what I must have got at that time. This one is my 5% of all my level ones. Since so this can be, like, you might have people who are working the business that are getting 1,000 PV, but this also could be like somebody is getting, they're spending $200 a month and you're getting paid 5% of their 100. And it just adds up. If you have several people doing that, it adds up. So that was my 5%, that little 5%. This is my bonus pool. So this is basically the points. So that was back in August of 2017, so last year. These were my preferred customer bonuses that I was getting every month. That's, I've made more than that. I've made less than that. It depends on, a lot of times my goal is to bring them in as a customer, help them fall in love with Plexus, and upgrade them, you know, to an ambassador. If they are ordering less than 100 PV, obviously I'm going to keep them as a preferred customer. I have ones now that I've had for years that still are there because they just ordered the pink drink and that's all they're interested in. So that's where they're staying. Okay. And then this retail rewards commission, that's the one that's based on my PV, and I can't read it other than there's the one in front. So I'm guessing I was, you know, somewhere between 500 and 700 PV that month and got 25% commission. But this is how you can see it. And then on that same page, you can click weekly, and you can see your weekly paycheck to see what those business building bonuses were. Okay. I have about 2 minutes left. Any questions? I'm going to stop share. Or does anybody want me to go back to a chart that they don't understand and want me to address anything? Now it says I have less than a minute. Evil thing. Any questions?
Hey, Catherine.
Hey.
So I was taking notes, and can you explain the personal volume thing again? So you get 15% commission on everyone who has 100 plus PV, correct? And then
no.
When does it?
No, that your ambassadors, think of your ambassadors as having nothing to do with your PV. Okay?
So that's just on customers.
It's just customers and what you purchase personally. So what you purchase personally, and then your preferred customers and retail customers only. Your preferred customer, your ambassadors have their own PV, so theirs is a part of theirs.
So that would be why I don't ever see any like I have PV. My total for this month so far is 213, but my points and my ranks are 0.
Right, because your ambassadors' orders probably haven't gone through yet this month. Your ambassadors who are underneath you, if they have not ordered, then you don't have points yet this month. Once they order, then you're going to see it go up 5 points, 10 points, 15 points, or whatever you're at. And then that's where that's where this pay is coming in right here. Oh, you can't see it anymore. I stopped sharing, didn't I? I'm still sharing this, right?